broken screens and flashing lights, voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground, Rift Nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings scream the truth we bring, echoed chaos, hearts that sting, electric veins that feed the roar, harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air, shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream, we're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins.
The engine is still stopped.
For launch, GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop,
Go.
GNC, go. Max,
Go.
Eagle, go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had an awesome 4th of July. Welcome to the Cosmic Cushion Podcast. Oh my God, it's awesome. I'm Susan, and then we have.
I'm Linda Nelson. Happy to be here with you. Just
Oh,
to a little disclaimer here. I am not in my she shed today. I am here visiting three very active young grandsons. So if you hear things clopping in the upstairs,
just to let you guys know, Miss Linda is on vacation and still coming on to make sure that you guys and we help you get the correct information. I'm sorry, that's just freaking awesome right there.
I wanted to
Me,
be
I just
here. This
finished a
is
fundraiser.
important. You guys
So
are important.
I love what we do. I love the people in here, and it's pretty awesome. Hey, Miss Nikki over on YouTube. Welcome. So we have an awesome show of part two. But before we get into the part two of the three-part series that we started last week, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to all of your Rift Nation Network channels. So awesome. I just added the RSS.com. So all of our YouTube will go over to rss.com now. So we have that as also as another channel that's automatically set up. So that's pretty cool. And if you guys are listening, because I find that a lot of you are listening after the fact. If you guys are listening after the fact, welcome and thank you. You don't have to listen live, but if you'd like to be a part of the live studio audience, come on over to Facebook and YouTube. Also, I think Twitch, and there's a couple more channels on there that you guys can be a part of the live studio audience at 3:00 Eastern time. Other times will vary. So, hello, Phoenix. What's up, Phoenix? So, we have a lot of people coming in. Now, part one was, and again, we're dealing with emotional abuse. So, this, because it's a very difficult subject to talk about, we discussed it and we thought it would be a great idea to separate it into three sections. So last week we talked a lot about the symptoms and what it's about. So if you guys would like a short recap, we can do a short recap for you. We can get right into the nitty gritty of how to help yourself. Welcome, Nutty Ape. You don't have to worry about the cookies. They're in the kitchen. Peanut butter chocolate chip. That's my son. He can't say make cookies because I did that already. So they're in the kitchen, kid. Use your key. So yeah, so welcome everybody. So emotional abuse, honestly, Linda, it's hard to see and it's really hard for individuals to deal with. And we're
Yes.
talking emotional abuse because as we chatted about last week, physical abuse, the scars will heal. The emotional aspect of it takes a lot longer.
And people can't see. I mean, what you're going through. It
Yeah,
just it's
it's
just
tough.
just is yeah.
The subject I have a PhD in after being with a malignant narcissist. I'm
Oh, I'm
sorry to hear that,
sorry.
Phoenix. So, but we're here for you. And that's what this Cosmic Cushion show is all about. So, managed to light up some more awesome, lovely slides for you guys. I found a new program and I really love it. So, I've been playing with it nonstop.
You are so talented.
No, it's not. It's an automatic program, believe it or not. It really is. All I
You have
do
to share it.
is put all the information in there and it makes the slides for me.
Cool.
Isn't that cheating? I love it.
I don't
I'm
know
not
if it's cheating.
I'm
I think
not
we're just taking
kidding.
advantage of tools.
So Susan herself did a lot of research on the subject. Sorry, my foot is caught on something. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was rearranging. But yeah, Susan
Yeah.
Phoenix over on YouTube, she did a lot of research on the subject. Now, Linda herself is a hypnotherapist, so she does help with a lot of trauma issues. And myself, I'm a holistic counselor. So between the two of us, we're here for you guys. I think the combination is fantastic. Fantastic. So, one short word about something fun you did on your vacation, and then we'll get into healing people. What's the best thing you've done so far?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Coming down here and visiting and seeing my grandsons. I don't get to see
Ah,
my son's family very often, so It was just seeing their faces and hearing them say, "Grandma, hi, Grandma." It's like really cool.
I think that's awesome. I wish I could take a train down to Florida, but I don't know
You
if there's one
should.
that goes all the way to
There
Florida.
is. There
Yeah, I
is.
wouldn't
I think
fly
you
in a plane, but I'll go on a train. I know that's weird.
right, yeah, the trains are amazing. They're comfortable. You've got room for your feet to, you got leg room and you can walk around and they usually have a cafe car or something. And
Imagine
you
the
can
books I can read. As long as they have coffee and books, I'm great.
they got coffee and you bring the books, you're good. I'm always
Very good.
comfortable on a train.
I've never been really, just not maybe the Edaville Railroad train when I was a kid, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. If you
Mm.
ever get the chance, I highly recommend it.
I think that's the way I'm probably going to look into to go visit them in Florida, but I'd like to go towards the winter time. I don't do summer very well. So let's get
Yeah.
into this, guys, before we go off on talking about our grandchildren.
Yep. Because we can do that forever, right?
Yes. So identical twin granddaughters. I'll have to send you a picture of them. They're adorable.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So right now, what we're talking about is how to heal from emotional abuse. Now, this section is separated into two. We're going to be talking about the psychological aspects of it today and how to help yourself that way. Next week, we're going to get into some different methods as far as like crystals, aromatherapy, meditation, sound. We're going to get into a lot of those aspects. So this way it hits everybody. So, and I really do like that. So, how to heal from emotional abuse. It's a compassionate guide to understanding emotional abuse, which is what I tried to put together. AI helped with the writing, by the way. Letting go of hurtful emotions and reclaiming your identity and self worth. That's a big aspect because
Hmm.
when you go through this, you kind of lose who you are as an individual. At least I found that many years ago. Did you find the same thing?
Oh yeah, it's a struggle, and sometimes it's just a minute at a time. You start with maybe a day at a time. If you can't
Yeah.
do that, you start with an hour at a time. You can't do that, go down to the minute, and you can always do a minute.
I believe in that. Me, I worked a lot with crystals, but that's just my energy is the crystals and the
Mhm.
sounds and all these lovely bowls over here and all that stuff is stuff that I work with on a regular basis because it helped me, but it doesn't help everybody. Everybody's different. So if you get the more information we could compile in here together, that
Yeah,
would be the best way to do it,
yeah, because there's
my
different things
opinion
that
now.
work better for other
Yeah.
people. So having this big, lots of
So
tools.
can you read the screen or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Defining emotional abuse. Recognizing the patterns is the first step towards healing, and we talked about that last week. Yeah,
Yep, this is
just
the
being
recap.
able to know that it's like, oh, that's what's going on. I think I
Yes.
get that. So that's the first step, and then so recognize defining them is through insults or put downs, name calling. Um, yeah, sorry.
Isolation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, isolation, intimidation, controlling behavior, rejection, and threats. And
Yeah.
sometimes the threats are perceived. They're not like outright. Somebody won't be outright say that they will sometimes, but sometimes they're
Right.
very subtle.
Itchy nose.
And
Sorry, I had an itchy nose.
oh,
But
that's okay.
and that's
Yeah. So
it's hard. Like controlling behavior. It's not that sometimes you end up controlling yours, but believe it or not, the other people or the narcissist, they're controlling how you act and react to a lot of things. And that
sometimes I
does
think
create,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, sometimes I think it's how you're feeling. You may know that it's a threat
Oh, she froze there for a
by
minute.
how you're
There we go.
feeling. Do you feel like you're watching things different? I mean, when
Yeah.
somebody's threatening you, even if I think one of the things that's just going through my head real quick, if you watch the movies with the mafia, they a lot of times dealt with threats, but they weren't always like in your face, but you knew what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah. 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 Definitely. Get a black rose, run.
Yeah, or if they kiss somebody on the cheek, they're
Yeah. Kiss it
yeah,
back.
these are
Yeah. That's,
subtle.
yeah, it was. It was subtle, but there's a lot of things that aren't so subtle either. Like somebody will
Mhm.
act one way in public, but the moment they're behind closed doors, the egotistic, narcissistic butthead comes through. That's the
And they
biggest issue there.
and they berate you for everything that you were
Exactly.
doing
And
that was
you're
just
trying to get people and you're trying to speak about it. That's the hardest part. When you're trying to let people know, but nobody sees it because she doesn't portray it in front of others. So to everybody else, you're nuts.
Yep. And
Yep.
I've seen that in my own life occasionally when I've had to deal with stuff. Yeah, everybody thought the abuser was the most wonderful person in the world because
Yep.
that's the face they show to the public.
Yeah. It's
They
that's the
don't see
toughest
what's
part.
going on behind closed doors.
Yeah. It really is because after the fact, when you're finally out of the picture and then somebody else is going through the same thing, they're like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should have listened. Well, too little too late. You should have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Definitely. So now we're going to get into a little bit of this here, practicing self kindness and releasing regret. Hardest thing to do is to release regret or even be kind to yourself. So let's go through these. And if anybody has any questions or any input, we'll do the be kind to yourself and then we'll release regret and we'll talk about each one. So, being kind to yourself is caring for yourself physically and emotionally. That's the hardest. That's like, to me, that's like a first step because you've dealt with things for so long that you get all this like feelings and emotions, and it's hard to actually put yourself first. Everybody else is before you. And it's one of the hardest things to do. For me, at least, it was. What about you?
Yeah, so one of the things that always I've tried to keep is once I've recognized that something as simple as getting up and putting lotion on and saying thank you to your body for
Yeah,
all it's survived and all it's been through. Something as
exactly.
simple as, just waking up and just give yourself a little hug. It doesn't have to be long, just little, just
Yeah, I agree.
small
I like
things. It
those
doesn't
ideas.
have to be big.
Okay, what
It's,
about say something uplifting to yourself each day? Now, one of the things I do recommend for my counseling clients is post-it notes because you're not always going to remember. Stick a post-it note. You brush your teeth in the morning. There you go. Post-it note of something positive and uplifting. You have coffee in the morning or you drink juice, put a post-it note over there as well.
mm,
Put one up on your visor because that one you don't always have your visor down, but
yeah.
when you do, it's right there. So I've always recommended something like that, just reading them, especially in a mirror concept. To me,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's empowering because you're looking at yourself, and as you repeat the words, you start to believe it. And that's the thing, and uplifting things, you start to believe it. What about you?
Some things like I love and accept myself just the way I am.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be long. You can even write it with lipstick if you don't have, if you don't have post-it notes. I don't know
Right,
about
with
you guys,
lipstick.
but
I'm a
I have a
sassy
ton of
little
lipstick I don't
tuckanuck.
use.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't think I
something
own any.
simple. And somebody else once suggested, and I did this for a while. Everything is fixable. So
Mm,
that's not necessarily being kind, the same along the same lines, but all those little things, I am beautiful. My hair looks great. Um, I smile at people. I was kind to the cashier. All those little things acknowledge that you are kind and you are beautiful. Find one little thing. It doesn't have to be huge. One little thing, and then put it on those notes. I love post-it notes. I love looking at those things. And they
I
not
like the
only
post
remind
too.
you, but
Yep.
they remind other people of how beautiful you are if they walk in and
Because
see you.
especially if like your kids, if somebody comes over to visit, they got to use the bathroom. They're gonna look at the note. They're gonna read it.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah.
you're helping other people at the same time. Now, write and this is right along the same lines. Write an encouraging letter to yourself as a caring friend would. Because a lot of us, as we go through this, we usually isolate. We're alone. because
Yes.
nobody truly, not everybody has that individual will say, okay, you know what? There's something going on here. You got to go. You got to do this. Come on, let's go. I've got you type situation. Not everybody has that. So when you
So
feel alone, writing that letter to yourself would be something that would be beneficial. So I don't know what your opinion is on that one.
yeah, a little hint just in case you have trouble writing that letter is you can open up your AI program, whatever it is, and you can say, "Write me an encouraging letter to myself as if you were a caring friend."
Good idea.
And sometimes ChatGPT will come up with some great things and just read it to yourself.
I like that idea. Look at me
Yep.
again. Okay, now I'm stepping on this round cylinder of wires my son had to have. I'm stepping on everything today. All right, so another thing to do, and again, this is difficult, release regret. Because a lot of people will play what I like to call the woulda, coulda, shoulda game.
Yep.
Yep. Releasing regret is hard. If I went back in time, or if I could do this over, those types of situations are really difficult to handle. The first one on this list is the past cannot be changed. Keep your focus on today. And that's, I think, what we do as we go through this and things start to ease up. We'll look, okay, well, in the future, in the future, okay, what about now? It's
Hmm.
to focus on the now, like you were talking earlier, focus on the minute if you have to, like every minute or every 15
Yep.
minutes or whatever, you need to focus on that.
And this reminds me of something I heard a politician say not within the past year. He said, "Do better." So no matter where we are, we can always do better. So just tell
Exactly.
yourself, "I'm doing better from
Exactly.
here on out."
It's the same thing as a baker. Like I don't cook, I bake. I'm a very good baker. But when I'm creating a new recipe, I'm going to have a few miscalculations, is what I like to
Hmm.
call them. I like to call them oops.
That's how
So
you
I
learn.
have an oops, but sometimes the oops comes out good. And
Yep.
sometimes it's like, you know what? It's like, what was it? A couple of weeks ago before the heat wave, couldn't find my recipe for a certain cookie I wanted. So I just kept making it until I got it right. So of course feed it out to people, but hey,
Yeah,
I didn't eat them all, I swear. But
I know.
so I
I
just kept going
understand.
and going. Don't give up. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Work towards positive, helpful future. Do not give up. The more positivity you have around you, the better off you are. It's you were in a negative situation. Now you're going from a negative situation into negative friends putting you down, or coworkers putting you down, or situations putting you down. Don't give up. The more positive you are, the more you're going to attract. Any words on that?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking surround yourself with people who are positive, and sometimes most times that'll just like kind of leach onto you, like
Yep.
it'll kind of flow into you just by being around them. Um, this group that I'm thinking of is not necessarily for you know, considered a healing group, but Toastmasters, if you want to be around positive people, those people will be there for you, and you can tell your story. They listen, and they give great support.
That's a good idea.
So there are a lot of groups out there that may not be for specifically one thing, but if you look around your community, you would be surprised what you can find.
You definitely find something fun you like to do. Here's one right here. Repeat your mantras. I am
Yep.
still capable, smart, loving, and lovable, which is something I think we were both talking about a couple of
I
minutes
love
ago.
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice one. So, but these are things that can help you out because you need to let go of those particular situations. And again, these are all psychological type aspects. Okay.
So, yeah,
Big one
before you
coming
go
up.
back to this one, I want to tell you one
Yes.
thing that find myself saying all the time is, and sometimes I say it to my kids because they see a different childhood than I think I gave them. So I go, I've done the best I could with what I have and what I've known, and though that's a mantra that I repeat after myself to myself a lot.
You know, every kid feels that their childhood was different than what their parents gave them.
Mhm.
It always is. But I've always said this, every parent does the best they can with the information they have at that time.
And that's
At the
right.
time, that's the information they had, you
And so I
know?
do that
But
with
as
my
they
kids.
grow, you grow as a parent. Yeah,
Exactly. And they all have
yeah,
families too now, so I can tell them the same thing when they're feeling bad about something that went
yeah.
on with their child. You're doing the best you can with what you've got, what you know, what you've learned.
That's right. That's right. This is gonna be a hard one. It's overcoming shame and blame. Now, not only does this deal with emotional abuse on this particular topic, but also the loss of loved ones. You always, again, play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. I really believe that. Now, this one is letting go of shame. Hard thing to do. Couple suggestions here. Stop believing the abuser's lies. Okay, the way they were never your truth. That's the thing. They were
That's true.
lying. Okay, don't
Yep.
believe them anymore.
They're wanting to keep control over you, so they were going to tell you things that
Exactly.
made you doubt yourself.
I really agree with that. Okay, rewrite harmful messages. Okay, this one's new. I'm kind, intelligent, and deeply loving.
We talked about that a little bit last week, I think, when we
Yep,
did the when write down the opposite of what you're hearing and remembering that they said.
exactly. Kind of
And just
like
keep
some.
doing that exercise over and over again.
It is, and it comes in handy for a lot of things as well. I mean, it's some people will go through life and they'll say, "Oh my God, I made this mistake, that mistake, this mistake." And I'm like, no. And again, this comes from the counseling aspect. I will tell them, you didn't make a mistake. You faced a challenge. Everything we as individuals go through in life is a challenge. If you came out the other end a brighter person, a more knowledgeable person, or you understand, okay, that is not the way to do it, you succeeded. You faced a challenge and won.
And
So
you
it's not the
survived
word, it's a challenge.
and learned something too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here's another thing we all go through, stop blaming yourself. All right. How many of you
Abusers
guys
are
out?
really good at teaching you how to blame yourself, but
Yes,
it's not yours.
exactly. It's like, oh, what was that movie I watched? That Julia Roberts in it. And I guess her husband was extremely controlling emotionally and physically to the point where everything had to be a certain way. Like even the
Oh, I think
towels
I
had to be
remember that, but
even. And I can't remember the name of it, but
I don't remember the
that's
name of it
bad.
either. Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was a really, really good movie, a really good concept. But she managed to escape, is what it is. So she stopped taking the blame for things and left, and that's what I liked about it. Now, abuse is a deliberate choice made by the abuser. Okay, it's not a loss of control. The abuser is the one that is to blame, not you. It's not that they lost control or they had too much to drink or they did this drug. It's not your fault.
Or something that they like to say is, I'm sorry I hit you. Well, in this case, we're talking about emotional abuse, but they'll say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I said that to you, but you made me mad because you did this and this and this. And
Yes,
that's feeding into blame, but it doesn't
exactly.
belong to you.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Now, you are not responsible for their words or actions ever,
I like that.
ever.
Yeah.
Never, never, never responsible for what it is that they did. Julia Roberts movie. Yes. I can't remember the name of it though, Nikki. I really got to get another screw for this. Keeps popping down on me. Sleeping with
Uh-oh.
the Enemy. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
the
it.
one, Sleeping with the Enemy. That movie explains it all, but considering everything that the character went through, she managed to stand up, take
And get
notice.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. Abuse is never a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their behavior. Don't
And
take
always will be.
ownership.
Yeah.
Exactly. Any
always
words on
will be
this
their
one?
behavior. Yeah, it's always, yeah, it's really hard when they keep at you that these things are your fault, but they're not. They are not, for whatever reason, maybe their own lack of control is making them want to have that control over you.
Yeah, that could be it as well.
Yeah.
It's,
And you're never doing them a favor by staying in an abusive relationship. Never.
no, no. It's you have to put the blame where it lies, so to speak. That's, it's, or what my grandmother used to say is not your monkey, not your circus.
Yep. I like that too.
That's what my
Haven't heard that in a
grandmother used to
while.
say. In
Yeah.
other words, you didn't do it, you didn't cause it, they did. Not your monkey, not your circus. And that's her way of saying, you can't control what other people do. That's the hardest part when you're dealing with the emotional aspect of things. We figure, oh my God, I did this wrong. So if I do it this way, then maybe that won't happen again. So again, what do you do? You're absorbing it.
And it's cyclical. So the more you stay with the more their
Mhm.
behavior is going to escalate. So
Yep,
getting yourself out of there is probably the best thing you can possibly do.
I agree. Because after a while, you're just going to start believing that's who you are.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not that. And you finally realize that after you've healed yourself from the trauma, not others, yourself.
And
Let's
you'll
see
look
what else.
back in a few, years later, and you'll be able to see it so clearly.
Yeah. And then you pull the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. After you heal, just before you get to the end, you pull that woulda, coulda, shoulda again. Okay. Hard now. Forgiveness and setting boundaries. Very difficult to do after dealing with emotional abuse.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. It is
Yeah.
really hard to do, but it can be done. It
Yeah.
can be done. Forgiveness, a lot of times people will look at it and say, well, I had to forgive this person in order for me to go on. There are times that I have not been able to forgive that person, probably never will. So, what I do is, it is not mine to forgive. It belongs to my higher power or the goddess within me or whatever you believe. You can give it to them and they can deal with the forgiveness. You don't have to hold that.
Exactly,
But
because
you can forgive yourself
that's
for
exactly what
for
it is.
being in
Forgive
that
yourself, number
situation,
1.
and you didn't
Forgive
control it.
yourself.
So you
Yep,
can let that
you
go.
are not to blame for the abuse. You don't need to forgive the other person. You do need to forgive yourself. Okay, that's what I mean. You can't play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. Okay, you really can't. Now,
That'll drive you
it says
crazy.
forgive the abuser to release their hold on you. Sometimes you can. And again, it's don't excuse their actions. It's not forgiving them, isn't you're not forgiving all the trauma, the abuse, or anything else that happened. You're forgiving the situation. So, and that's what I feel about that particular one, because sometimes it's hard to forgive the other individual, but I choose not to hold on to it. Like you said, it's not
Yep.
mine to hold on to.
That has helped me more times than I can
Yeah,
count. Yeah, it's not mine. It's not mine. I don't have to forgive that. What I forgive is my holding on to that in my heart when it wasn't even mine to begin with.
exactly. Exactly. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It means choosing peace. That's all it is.
Love that.
Yep. See, when I first started and I was like almost at the end of the healing aspect of things that I went through, and I had to heal myself twice from different things. But when I went through this, I choose not to have negativity in my life. And that included negative people, negative friends, anything that was negative, I choose not to have around me. I don't participate in it at all. I will not. So it's just something that has helped me. And rather than me saying, I can't be around you because of this, I can't be, no, it's because I'm choosing myself. Just like all of you guys need to choose you.
Self. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Yes,
means
yes, yes.
sometimes walking away from even friends that you've known forever.
Yeah,
Sometimes, you just have to for your own sanity and peace of mind.
yeah,
And it's okay.
you really do. I mean, all things happen. Now, sever all ties completely. Don't like, oh, I'm lost without you. You gotta come. Nah, don't fall for that.
You're okay.
Delete their number and remove them from social media, which is easy for like, I'm a Gen Xer. I don't know what generation you are, but I'm a Gen Xer, so it's easy for me. But I have noticed a lot of people on social media will get very argumentative.
Yeah.
And I just choose not to participate in the
Yeah.
arguments.
Yeah. I
So,
just, I just stay out of it.
yeah,
Um, I know people that feed into it, but
yeah.
it's not doing anything for my peace. The best way I can help the world is to just live in my joy, live in my
Exactly.
peace,
Yeah.
and
Say
then it
she lives in her
ripples.
joy and peace, and I live in my no negative world.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a little harder though for this if it's like an ex-husband that you have children with.
Right.
I know that's a lot harder, but you can still do it. You don't have to feed into like Susan just said, you don't have to feed into it. You can kind of walk away or refuse to talk
You
about
can
that subject.
also ask for a mediator,
Yep.
somebody that you both feel secure with to help with situations, especially with small children.
Yeah.
I mean, don't take advantage of it if somebody isn't negative, but a mediator is a good aspect. That way, the children aren't being involved in negativity because you don't want that.
It's very
Avoid
yeah, that's
places where you might encounter them. Easier said than done.
mhm.
Meeting places, kids, birthday parties. A lot of those things are hard.
Yep.
I mean, for a while, if you have to do two separate birthday parties, do it. I'm sure the kids won't mind getting two separate sets of
Kids
gifts.
like having two separate birthday parties.
Separating holidays. These are things that actually happen. But sometimes you need to go to the extreme in order to help yourself. I'll read what Nikki said in a minute. Now it says if threats continue, change locks, get an unlisted number, and seek a restraining order, of course,
Yep.
because not just physical abuse deserves a restraining order, but somebody can psychologically damage you that
Yeah.
it's just going to continue. I mean, you're going to see shadows in every corner because of the amount of psychological abuse you've been through. So
One
let's
thing
read what
that
Nikki. Go ahead.
One thing that's really helpful, real quick, is if you feel like that is happening to you over and over again, write it down. You can just keep a little notebook beside you, write down the time, the day, and a brief explanation, and you have a record of that if you ever need it.
That's a really good idea. It really is. I like that idea. Nikki says, I had to walk away from many friends because of situations, behaviors, and languages. It's never easy. Agreed. Peace is not interacting. Thank you. I almost said interceding. Can't wait till I go the end of the couple of 3 more weeks and I get to go go for my new eye exam. I'll tell you, it's
Oh,
challenge, challenge. Yeah, but it's really difficult to walk away. I mean, I had a good friend for a long time. I had to walk away. I had to. I had other things that I needed to take care of. So it is what
yeah,
it is.
it'll hurt for a while,
So,
but you will
but
find that, as you
yeah,
release all these people from your life that are not helping you or helping you be positive, you will start attracting more people into your life that will help you with being
exactly.
positive if that's what you
Because
want.
they say like attracts like. So if you are more positive and more balanced and choose a peaceful or, a peaceful path, then peace will come to you. I do believe that. It's like a magnet type effect.
Hmm.
Okay. This one is difficult. I'm going to give a brief description of each and we'll let Linda take this one away. Okay, reclaim your rights in your voice. Number one is know your rights. Start with small decisions and trust your inner voice. What do you have to say about that?
This is really hard to do. Yeah, I have
Yes.
struggled, and I'm finally feeling like I can speak what I want. I've done some chakra work, which we'll talk about next week a lot more probably,
Yep.
and but just being able to speak it just a little bit. So what I did was it had to do with videos for me, and it's been a few-year process. Just small videos, getting on here, letting people see you, speaking what you want to say. A lot of times when you're wanting to say something, somebody needs to hear it. You don't
Yes.
know who that person is, and you may never know, but somebody needs to hear it. And by speaking up and talking, you are putting something into the world that is healing. Um, Very often, I've said things and I don't even know why, but then come to find out, sometimes it's years later. That needed to be said, and that person needed to hear it. And so you're reclaiming your voice, which has been stuffed down because some
Hmm.
a-hole decided he wanted to control you and keep you from that.
Yep.
He or she was not doing you any favors, and stuffing that down your voice. I'm sorry, I'm getting on a tangent, but that is not good for you. Health wise, it causes diseases to fester in your cells.
Hmm.
You have to, for your own survival, speak up, and it's good for you. And the way we're all connected, like I said, somebody will heal from what you have to say.
Exactly. Let's put it this way. There are two, and I hate to put it this way, but it's the only way to explain it correctly, I think, for me. If you have two cancer patients, one cancer patient chooses to be positive about their situation, joking, still living life, still having fun. The other one is more focused on the aspects of the negative side of it. And so what happens? The one that's more positive will have a better experience and um, a better psychological being to help to possibly get to that
Outcome.
healing plateau. When you have the negative one here, the negativity is just going to decline quicker. So whether or not these two individuals will be healed, one will have an easier road than the other. And they have actually proven that in science.
Yeah. Yep.
They have. So it's the only way I can think of
Laughter.
actually putting that. What do we got
Yeah.
here? This was fun. For me, this was fun. Rediscovering your identity. Because when you're rediscovering yourself, you found out things you didn't even know about yourself.
Right, right, and
Like,
they're
no
yeah,
idea.
it is fun. It's
Yes.
enlightening. You
Yes.
start seeing your strengths in a whole new way.
Yes. Yes, you do. Journal prompt again. Exploring your senses. Okay, exploring your senses. Now, visit a candle shop, cook a meal you love, try something new just for the pleasure of it.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a
Now,
lot you can do.
a lot, quite a bit. And I've tried a lot of new things. There's a lot of things I do enjoy. Pursue what brings you joy. It doesn't matter um, what everybody else thinks, but if it brings you joy, then do it.
Mhm. And
Do
it can
it.
be silly. It can be
Yeah.
something really, really silly, like going outside and blowing bubbles.
Love blowing bubbles. I want to get one of those guns. See, you got me
Yeah.
going because every time I go to Ollie's, I see that gun with the bubbles, and I can see myself
I
on the back porch, 61-year-old woman go
I
with
just
the
think
bubbles.
it's fun. It's
I
relaxing,
love
and
it.
there's something about watching the bubbles just pop and
Yes,
childlike. I mean, anytime we can get that childlike joy back into our life and play, it's
yes,
gonna be really good for you.
yes. Because I believe life is too short to be serious all the time. I agree with
Right.
that. Embrace your strengths. Now, you and again, as far as that, I'm not going to read what it says. I'm going to tell you how I feel about that particular statement. If you'd like to read what it says, you can. Now, embracing your strengths, you or the individuals that have been through the psychological aspects of abuse or the physical a part of abuse, you have something others don't. You have the knowledge of what it looks like. You know if and when, even the worst situation in the world, you might be able to stop somebody else from going as far as deep into it as you because you recognize it. That's a strength. That's taking the negative situation that happened and putting it into a positive because now you can share your experience. You can recognize something. You can say, if something's going on there, I need to make sure or I need to check in with that. That doesn't mean go out and try to save the world, but do the best you can and to help others. And to me, that's what I do.
Yeah, and it's going to ripple out. So
Yeah.
say you survived this thing. That's that's strength. But you survived this and still have kindness, compassion for others,
Mhm.
and still have found a way to love something about yourself. That's a strength. And you have it. And sometimes it's just recognizing it, writing it on your journal, talking to your friends, those kind of things. You can ask somebody that love and trust, what is the best thing you see about me? What is the strongest thing you see about me? They'll tell you, and you can take that to your heart.
Yeah. I like that. I have a small bottle of bubbles sitting next to me right now. Nikki's got bubbles too. See, it's just the thing. There's nothing wrong with bubbles.
No.
I agree with that. I love bubbles. So embrace your strengths. What are your strengths? I love to be silly. I don't care how old I am. I will probably skip through the nursing home. All I know is just who I am. I love to be silly. I think because things were so serious for a long period of time that I am able to be that goofy side of myself and don't really care. But it's developing what it is that you feel comfortable. If you want to stand on a porch, okay, at my age 61, you want to go stand on a porch and blow some bubbles and watch people pop them, by all means go right ahead.
And you'd be surprised how many people want to join you and pop the
Yes.
bubbles as they're going by. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, it's
it's
just, it's crazy.
yeah,
People will join
remember.
you in
Yeah,
joy.
exactly. Laughter and joy is contagious. It really is. Where does the time go with us? Okay.
I don't know. It just flies by.
Yeah,
It
it's just a whoosh. Here we go. Most important, surrounding yourself with support.
absolutely.
Yes. Reconnecting, asking for help, and reaching out. Now, those are all I had. The biggest support system was my mother. So, when my mother passed, I was devastated, but I was always there to take care of her. So, because of the devastation, it's difficult to say, okay, who's going to be there now, who's going to be there now, who's going to help me, but don't get in that woe is me, because there are others out there that really do care, and sometimes we just don't see it when we're in a negative situation, which is why we need to be in that more positive, happy space. So I don't know how
Sometimes
you
you can,
feel about this.
yeah, you can ask a friend to come over and sit with you and have tea. You don't even
Yep.
have to talk. I mean, you can talk about something silly or something light, or you can talk about something deeper. It's somebody you trust, but reaching out and all those. There's the internet has made, as much as everybody says it's bad, it has made connecting with people so much easier in so many ways. You can reconnect with
Yes.
old friends. You
Yeah.
can reconnect with groups that are going with people who are going through the same things you are. There is so much support out you. The hardest thing, and this is the second one that she's got here, is ask for help. Asking for help is one of the bravest things you can do when you're trying to heal, especially from emotional abuse.
Agree. Agree. The hardest thing in the world, say if somebody is an alcoholic, the hardest thing in the world for the alcoholic to do is to admit they have an issue and asking for the help. That's the hardest thing. So if that's the hardest thing for them, literally asking for help with emotional or physical abuse that ended up emotional, that's a hard thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking for help or reaching out. None at all. Again,
You'd
reaching
be
out. There you
surprised
go.
the people that are out there. I have connected in the last few years with a group of women, and they are the most supportive women I have ever encountered. And they are all doing stuff to change the world, and they all still have time for whoever is in need of support.
Yeah. I think that's honestly, as far when it comes to the Rift Nation Network, that's kind of why I came back, because in this community type setting, there's something out there for everybody. We're all
Yeah.
different, we're all individual. So there's always some type of show that certain people will connect with. And if they don't connect with that one, they'll connect with something else.
And there's
And that's
so
what I like
much
about it.
I love the support and family atmosphere of the Rift. It's
Yeah.
really like whatever you have to contribute, you're encouraged to contribute. If you just want to listen to a show, you're encouraged to listen to the show. But I mean, it is like a family. It's like
Yeah.
this nice little cozy small family, and everybody looks out for each other.
I like that. All right, let's get in. We got 2 more slides here. I
We're
know
doing
I know we're
good.
getting close. We're
We're
doing
doing
good.
okay.
We got 10 minutes. Awesome. Now, there is, and again, there is a time, depending on the amount of views, to actually seek professional guidance. All right. And there are 3 different types of professional guidance to actually help you through situations. And again, individual therapy, when you do require that one on one. And yes, don't feel bad if it takes you a while develop a repertoire with one individual, because you have to go through that trust. Group therapy might be something that is better for others. When you're in a group and you can start talking about something, somebody else says, "Oh my God, I went through something similar." So you don't feel alone. Maybe that's
Mhm.
something you need. But there's also communities too that are out there to assist, places where you could go to feel emotionally safe. So there's different aspects of this.
There
Yeah.
are also like women's shelters and groups, and they do have space. A lot of them have spaces for men if they need it. But you can go there, and they will very often have somebody that can come and sit with you and
Yeah.
tell you about the resources that are available to you.
Because there are a lot of resources out there. You know, like I said, it depends. I mean, group therapy might be difficult for some, but not for others. But it's if you need to connect with other like-minded people, because sometimes when we go through this, it's my fault. I feel crazy. I'm the only one that feels like that. Maybe the group therapy would be something that better for you. And as far as they do have shelters for abuse, okay, that's a community support. That's a community setting. That's a group of people together helping you out. But if you're more of a private type individual, you might want to seek the individual therapy, because a lot of people like to keep their situations and things they've been through private. So there's a
There
lot
is something else to consider too. Is it may take you a while to find a group or an individual therapist who
yeah.
resonates with you and who you feel comfortable with. And it is perfectly okay if you're not feeling that connection with one
Yep.
uh, individual practitioner or group to go to other groups and find
Yes.
them. You don't have to stick with the one, just one. You can kind of explore,
Yeah.
find what
Explore, get some
fits.
help. Exactly. You know, I really believe all of this is, hopefully, these series of these 3 shows is something that's going to help a lot of people. Okay, here we go. The last side. And here, this one is very difficult. It's embracing your journey to heal. You need to embrace it, where you have come from emotionally, physically, and mentally. Where you've come from to where you are right now. That's a long road, girl. I mean,
Yep,
or
sometimes
guy.
it is. But yeah, every
Big
little
time.
step that you take.
Yep, it really is. Self-love. And again, I say this to a lot of people when I do my readings. It's, you have to love yourself first. You can't expect to find love unless you love who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. If the world was all the same and all the world was perfect, it would be boring. you
Yeah, it
know
would be.
really boring. So love who you are. Start by loving little things about yourself. Slowly you start to build up that confidence of who you are. You
And
know,
it
for
does, it
me, for the
builds on.
longest time, I was behind the camera, always behind the camera, cable access. That's what I did. I just never felt there was a reason, but I never felt good enough to be in front of it. So I did all the backstage stuff. I just didn't feel good enough to be in front. So it took me a long time to get to this point right here where I'm cool with it. You know, I
And
don't
I am
care.
so grateful that you did, because you have helped me in so many ways, so many times, just sitting at your show and listening and
Aw.
and being supportive. Yeah.
And now she's the best hostess with me.
I
Are you
receive.
kidding me? This show, we'll get into the support and confidence, but I wanted to let you know something. I want to let you know live. I did a research on our show last week. Now we have gone from few views almost up to 200 views
Oh, I
with
did not know
people.
that.
Yeah, with people watching the replays. So I added up all the channels and we got close to 200 views. So
Wow.
we're doing some good. And I wanted to let you know it's the combination of two individuals who've been to hell and back again and appreciate each other. We
Yes,
like it because we got stuff to talk about now.
we do. And yeah, we got our voices going, and that
Exactly.
feels
And I
good
love
and
that.
freeing
So
and
again,
freeing.
self-love, support, friends, confidence. I mean,
Yep.
literally, Linda, I totally 100% support you. I am so glad Ed mentioned for you to come on the show because I think you and I are a perfect combination.
I was
It,
so
it, it,
excited when you mentioned your name coming on here. Yeah.
he says, I says, I need to
Oh
go.
God.
He goes, I got someone. And I said, Linda. I said, oh, wait a minute. I know. It's like, I get like that with him. So that's okay. He's my brother from another mother. Support. And that's the thing. What did we just do right now?
Yeah,
She supported
supporting
me.
each other.
I supported her. We support each
And
other. And
and
we're
when you're
here to
lifting
support you.
when you're lifting somebody else up, you're lifting yourself up with them.
Yep. You are. You are. Have confidence. Have confidence in you. I mean, guys, I'm 61 years old. Sometimes my hair's pink, sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's natural. You never know with me. I've gone and done things with all kinds of stuff on my face, doing shows, but I didn't have that before. Now I'm cool with who I am, you know, and
We
I
are
like who I
perfect.
am.
We are perfect just the way we are, even if it's perfectly imperfect.
Bingo. That's exactly it. We don't want to be perfect. The world would be boring.
Perfectly imperfect. I love that.
Yes. It would be boring if everybody was perfect. I wouldn't like that. So next week, we have the last in this series. I like doing this series.
Yeah.
It's like it explains it and it builds up and gives people a chance to wash it. So next week, you want to catch up with the last two ones, you can do that where Cosmic Cushion Podcast on Rift Nation
Yep.
Network. So if you want to catch up with the last two shows, please feel free. This one was about the healing aspects. We're going to get into a more of a holistic healing aspect to things because sometimes psychologically, sometimes holistic aspects of things actually work. You never know. I
Hmm.
mean, was your approach both the holistic and the
Oh yeah, a little bit of everything. I do
yeah,
have crystals that I keep in my room,
mhm.
and I will actually have my grandson hold them and tell me what he feels or what he's thinking while he's
I
holding
do
them.
that.
Yeah, so yeah, the crystals, journaling, being with supportive people,
Yeah,
sometimes just showing up and being with, even when I didn't feel like it, and feeling the positivity from the people around me.
yeah,
Sometimes just a friend sitting with me and not even saying anything, just being there. Um, yeah, herbs, the therapy stuff, a little bit of
mhm.
this and a little bit of that, and you just pull in what works for you.
Yeah, you don't have to go with one avenue, and I think that's why this was separated in this aspect because we could have just ended it with just emotional healing, but as you know what, there's an holistic aspect to this too.
And
So,
lots you can do. Yep.
yes, a lot you can do. So, and then I forget what we're doing after that, but don't worry, I'll message you. You can answer me
We
when you
talked
can.
about herbs, talking about our
Ooh,
herbs in the backyard. I
yeah,
kind of would like to share how to make tinctures, how to make teas, and then of course, the disclaimer that you always check with
herbology.
your doctor. But some of them you can just
Herbology.
hang up in your space where you are.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, like eucalyptus in the shower.
Hmm.
Having eucalyptus in your shower, especially for those with allergies, help clear out the nasal
Yep.
passageways, and that's where I'll leave it. So that's about the only one I know about. That's because I use it a lot. Like, allergy prone.
So it's always a learning thing. It's always learning
Yeah,
experiences.
it is. So we'll come up with something else to do a series on as well. But I really like these series shows. So, and again, if you guys have an idea, please let us know.
Yeah, we're
Definitely
happy to
let us
help
know what other aspects of healthy lifestyle, healthy healing. I mean, we talked about vitamins on our first show,
for
which
sure.
I live by them. I just love them. But I think
And
the
we're
herbs
here
is
for
a good
you.
add. Yeah.
So whatever you
Let us
need, let
know.
us know.
Yeah. Let me know. I'm Susan, or let Linda know. Message one of us. One of us will get the message and tell the other anyways. Hey,
Yeah,
this
we
was an
will.
idea.
We definitely will.
I just every time I get on this to do this with you, it's like the time just goes.
It is. I can't even believe it's
Did
been
that
an
go?
hour.
Yeah, it just sat right down. So thank you guys for tuning in again to the Cosmic Cushion Podcast. I will see you on Saturday. I took 4th of July off on the Viking Celtic Pixie, which is, me. Anyways, so I will see you there for readings on 12 o'clock then. And
Don't
let's see,
miss that.
tonight we have the freaking awesome paranormal show. So definitely check them out. They're live tonight on the Rift Nation Network. So, any
Yes.
last words for anybody?
Just take what resonates with you, use it. If it doesn't, you can just let it go. But I hope something here has helped you recognize and given you ideas for your own healing journey.
I agree. I
And we
agree.
love you.
Yeah. Peace out, guys. I know. I hopefully you're not in Australia because I swear I'm not flipping you off. It's a United States thing. So, and 70s style type, chick. I was born in 65. So I got like that 70s mentality. And it was like peace. That's all I'm saying is peace, just so you guys know. So I don't want to insult anybody. Okay. Bye.
Bye bye, everyone. Good day.